Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Here I am going to explore the metaphysical poet Andrew Marvell's poem to his Coy Mistress. Now, who is Andrew Marvell? Andrew Marvell is an English poet and known for his metaphysical poetry. In his metaphysical poetry, he deals with the themes like love, nature, and time. And he wrote the poems like To His Coy Mistress and The Garden. Now, focus on the poem To His Coy Mistress. It was published in Andrew Marvell's Miscellaneous Poems. It's a collection of verses and was published in the year 1681. And to be more specific, it's a love lyric and a metaphysical love poem. And this poem is based on the classical theme Carpe Diem, which means seize the day or utilize the time, keeping in mind the limitations of time and the fleetingness of time. And the poem also deals with the themes like time and space. And as far the beginning of the poem is concerned, it's all about a subjunctive mode because it begins in a subjunctive mode. Now, what are the themes which have been portrayed in this poem? These include time's shortness or fleetingness, mortality, decay of beauty, and images of death and passage of time. However, here Marvell has described the or referred to the carpe diem theme, which I have already mentioned means seize the day. Because the poet lover here tries to convince his lady love to embrace love and passion, and at the same time to utilize time because time is fleeting. Moreover, being a metaphysical poet, here he also makes heavy use of the concepts, which means elaborate or extended metaphor. At the same time, we must know some other special points related to this plot of the poem, such as the poet persona here urges his lady love to make love, and at the same time he uses logical arguments to convince her. And here is a depiction of the conflict between idealism and reality. And at the same time, the poet speaker also describes the short lived nature of youth as well as the fleeting nature of youthful beauty. Now, let's focus on the title. The title refers to the beloved of the poet speaker, and she has been described as a coy lady to get engaged in romantic relationship with her lover as she wants to retain her chastity. The title also implies that the speaker tries to persuade his coy mistress to make love, and thereby he is trying to convince her in love making when it is not too late, because time is very short lived. So, in the title, here is a picture of the poet speaker's shy lady love. Now, focus on stanza 1. In the beginning of the poem, the poet speaker imagines an idealized or timeless world where, having full time or limitless time, he and his beloved could able to enjoy their life. He mentioned that if he had infinite time and the vast world in his possession, he could make love with his lady love. But in reality, they have limited time, and on the other hand, his beloved is a coy and reluctant one. So, here the poet speaker draws or creates an idyllic situation where he would spend time with his lady love, and accordingly he makes her realize the situation of time's limitations. So here is a contrast between the idealized love and the infinite or limited time. At this juncture, the poet speaker is still persuading his lady love to feel the fleetingness of time. And here the poet speaker uses hyperbole or overstatement to describe the timeless world. And at the same time, he praises his lady love's beauty in an exaggerated way. Here, in the stanza 1, he mentions the Indian Ganges and English river Humber to assert the vastness of time. Moreover, in the same beginning stanza, the poet lover refers to the conceit of the vegetable love, just to indicate the slow growth of their love, that is, the vegetable like growth of their love. And at the same time, he proclaims that with the passage of time, his love would grow as vast as an empire. He also mentions that having infinity, he would spend time to praise his beloved. And in the end of the stanza, he becomes conscious of the fleetingness of and the limitations of time and wishes that his mistress should accept his love. Now, what is about the second stanza of the poem? Here, the tone of the poem gets changed as the poet speaker makes it clear to his lady love that time is limited and this way they are subject to decay, death, and mortality. And here he talks about the reality regarding time, referring to the inevitable passage of time as well as the inevitability of death. And at the same time, he informs his lady love that they should not waste time. Moreover, time has been depicted as a pursuer, as he mentions the phrase time's winged chariot hurrying near. And this vivid imagery shows that time is chasing constantly, and thus time is referred to as a predatory force and has been personified here. In the second stanza, the poet speaker also mentions the death and decay through effective images. He describes his mistress as a mortal that she is and makes it clear that she will die certainly and her passion will also be lost to the grave. His coy mistress likes to remain a virgin, but the poet speaker asserts that after death, worms will destroy her fully and her beauty will fade away. So it is better to enjoy time and it is better to enjoy life. And the poet speaker also asserts the swift movement of time and death is compared to a vast desert. So in this second stanza, the poet persona becomes aware of the swift movement of the inhabitable death. So this way he also likes to make his lady love aware of the same movement of time. Now, the concluding or the third stanza. Here, the poet speaker proclaims that time is running out and thereby they must utilize it and embrace love as they are still young. So, here in this part of the poem, once again, the poet speaker refers to the Cartesian theme and conveys that time has given limitations to us, and through love, they can control time. Thus, it talks about a transformation. What kind of transformation? A transformation from lost time to the celebration of time. So, in the concluding stanza, the poet speaker focuses on the act of love or love making. Why? Because according to him, this love making can be a way to defy time. Because time is constant, it is hurrying near, death or decay are also approaching to them. So, according to him, they should utilize time, keeping in mind the fleetingness of time as well as the inevitability of death. So he describes his mistress's beauty as fleeting, like that of the morning dew. The phrase amorous birds of prey, which has been referred to here, also asserts an intense love. And in the end of the poem, the poet speaker mentions that if they cannot resist the progress of time, if they cannot put an end the progress of time, if they cannot control the swift movement of time, they can certainly do one thing. What is it? That is, they can make time fly. How? By being absorbed in love making. So, in the concluding third stanza, the poet speaker becomes further aware of the imminent coming and the entry of time and death as well, and that is why he is trying his best to make his beloved realize that it is better for them to utilize the time and to enjoy lovemaking as well as to enjoy life. So, this is about Marvell's poem to his Coy Mistress. Very shortly, we will come back with another engaging lecture on English literature. So, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. And stay tuned to my channel. Thank you.